There are several key findability factors. Number 1. Using keywords in the title tag of your site. If you implement one thing on your site, implement this. Each page of your website should ideally have a unique title tag that uses the keywords that you want people to find the page with. Number 2. Links to your site from other sites. These external links help you to link build. Link building is difficult, but it is very worth it. If someone posts a link to your page, it is seen as a recommendation which will show your page as being reliable and useful, which therefore improves your search ranking. Number 3. Keyword usage in the body copy. This is easier to do if you are creating a new site. Placing keywords into existing copy is much more difficult. You must be careful when dealing with an existing website that your copy still makes sense after the keywords are added. Number 4. Links to your page from within your site. These links, such as landing pages, can also help to improve your search engine ranking. When performing the above steps, you must have some basic quality control in place to make sure you get them right as quickly as possible. These steps will lead to a very cost-effective way of improving your search engine rankings. When moving offline copy online, you must be very careful. Online and offline copy can be very different and are for different purposes. Firstly, avoid meaningless titles. You must make it absolutely clear what the content on the page is about. Ensure you have appropriate description and link text containing keywords where possible. For example, instead of read this article about e-learning. The more detail in the fewer words, the better. Include social media links on the pages that will help users to spread your content or copy, which in turn will help build links into your site. You have to be aware of the fact that users often don't use natural language when using a search engine. For example, a typical user is more likely to type holidays France than I would like to look at types of holidays in France. It is very important to understand this if you are going to really pinpoint the keyword you think your users are going to use when searching for your site. Once you have used the above awareness to identify your keywords or keyword phrases, you can then begin to write or improve your content. Always remember to write for users before you write for search engines. There is no point having a high-ranking site if the content is incoherent and not very user-friendly. This will only result in low numbers of users returning to your site and low sales. In order to make sure you are writing for your users, you should provide useful information. Don't overuse keywords. Make things easy to read. Don't use large blocks of text. Make sure the text is easy to scan read. Avoid using weak call to action words. Keep the text used in the description tag or snippet brief and informative. Tell the user exactly what they need to know. It needs to be brief enough as to not overload them, but enticing enough to make them click through to your page. Inbound links are very important to search engine rankings. As mentioned previously, this is because if someone links to your page, it is seen as a recommendation, which in turn improves your reliability. In order to achieve more inbound links, you should build several links to your content. This helps to make people aware of what you have to offer and makes it easy for them to link back to you. Outbound links are slightly less important to search engines, but are very important to users. When you are constructing link text, try and make sure it contains at least one of your target keywords. Don't deform what you're writing in order to include it, but try and use target keywords in your link text as best you can. From a usability point of view, including active instructions within links work well. For example, you can substitute to read this report, click here. Click here is now considered very bad practice. Read the full report. Using very plain instructions like this works, as users like being told what to do. It also helps them to understand what will happen when they click the link. Another good tip is that, provided it makes sense, place links at the end of a sentence or paragraph. This makes them easier for the users to pick out when they scan read the page. Above all, a link must be informative about its destination. In summary, here are some questions you can ask yourself in order to fully question your content and links. Is your title searchable? Are your links effective? Have you attempted to build inbound links? Do users who can link to you know they can link to you? Have you identified and are you now using targeted keywords effectively? Does your description meta text clearly let users know what they can expect from following a link? Is your copy and content well structured? Are your links driven by calls to action? And lastly, does your content and links support your brand strategy?